All right, guys. Somebody sent this to me in the Discord. Of course, I have to look at it. It's called "How InternetAjay Ended His Career," and I think the thumbnail is something about him stealing.
This,
but I'm of course not on the correct. Okay, I'll pull the thumbnail up in a second. Yeah, but you know what? It's from Internet Anarchist, and I don't know. Yes, it's stealing videos. I don't know how he's stealing videos. I mean, maybe he's using similar video concepts, but that's just what everybody on YouTube pretty much does. I don't really see it as that big of a deal, but let's take a look at what's going on here.
This is InternetAjay, a YouTube commentary channel that managed to fall off almost as fast as it blew up.
I feel like, listen, I'm a karmatic man. I have crystals. Okay, look at this elephant. I don't remember what it's, sodalite. Okay, I personally wouldn't hit somebody too hard with the "you fell off," because you never know, man, when you'll be in the same position. You know, be nice, spread kindness. Okay, Jay's just going through a little bit of a lull. Okay, he just needs a second to bounce back. He needs to take a deep breath. Sometimes people just have rough patches, man. Okay, but if you let it beat you down, that's really when you fall off. Okay, that's really when you fall off. So,
with a massive 85% decrease in views, coupled with a diminishing subscriber count, it would be a series of cringeworthy, desperate, and embarrassing moments.
Let me tell you something. On TikTok, I've lost, I think, 30,000 subscribers over 10 days once, and then I've got another million afterwards. So, you know, that's just life, man. You're gonna go ups and downs.
That would lead InternetAjay straight to the YouTube cemetery. Hi, I'm the Internet Anarchist. I create weekly YouTube documentaries, and today we'll be looking into how InternetAjay...
Do you? I could swear that the last time I made a documentary was like 4 weeks ago, no? See, look at this liar. Weekly. He must have been spending 3 weeks on this Ajay video. Wow, it's gonna be a banger.
It destroyed his reputation, and how a feud with YouTuber Turkey Tom would ultimately lead up to his channel's demise. InternetAjay is your typical rise and fall channel, and if you're wondering what a rise and fall channel is, you're essentially watching a glorified one right now. On the 23rd of November 2021, Tom Dark, the secondary channel of YouTuber Turkey Tom, would publish a video titled "InternetAjay is Desperate and Cringy," a 20-minute hit piece critiquing InternetAjay's tweets, personality, and videos. One of the main arguments in Tom's video was about how InternetAjay acts incredibly cringe and immature.
Just to be clear, this video doesn't actually matter. Okay, so this is how it kind of works. All right, there's a part of a cancellation is from people, and then part of it's from yourself. I know that sounds bizarre, but when you get feedback, sometimes, I mean, it depends on what you do. But for instance, I watched the video. You know, it was a little silly. I thought it was a little mean, but at the end of the day, it was what it was. That didn't hurt Ajay from like a practical standpoint, but it probably made him upset from a community or like a personal perspective.
Crypto_Kitty super chatted $4.99. Okay. Papa got you are an inspiration.
Thank you.
It's great to see a masculine presenting male that isn't scared to live an alternate lifestyle.
Thanks. I appreciate that. Love you. Anyway, I think that Ajay is a little bit susceptible to criticism, and that's kind of what whittled him down more than anything else. So
he backed this up by providing some hilariously down bad tweets made by InternetAjay, such as, "I can't wait until the day my Instagram following is impressive enough that girls actually reply back to my DMs. If you want to make that happen, please follow me here," as well as, "Honestly, the only reason I have an Instagram is to slide into the DMs of girls. Currently, it is not working."
Ajay, personal question. Have you ever slid in and asked, can I see Bob Vagine? Because I've seen a lot of Indian men, and they've made it work. They make that work. So have you ever tried that strategy before?
Lol.
Is that these tweets are not the way. Every time I see you tweet shit like this, my urge to quote tweet you and just call you an ugly, miserable loser grows stronger. And it's not because you're ugly, InternetAjay. It has nothing to do with that. It's because when you make these tweets, you're begging. You're on your hands and knees begging anyone to call you attractive. And
that's so sad, dude. I think it's a half joke, you know?
It is really, really pathetic. So from now on, when you people see this face, you should not see the face of a man who's making rise and fall videos. You should see a man consumed with insecurity to the point that he will do basically anything for one drop of
The tweets made by InternetAjay reek of
I really don't know why Tom Dark specifically dislikes Ajay so much. I really don't get it.
Security, which in and of itself isn't a problem, but it's the fact that he tries to cover this up that makes it much worse. As another area that Ajay was criticized on was the fact that he tried hosting a dating show called The Love Guru, where he would pay e-girls to talk to his viewers on stream. Although InternetAjay attempted to cover up the entire existence of this failed show, I managed to reach out to Turkey Tom, who had somehow got his hands on backups of the streams. And
somehow he seems a little obsessed.
Believe me, they are incredibly cringe.
All right.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
No, it doesn't have to be.
I mean,
oh man, he's got his brother on there.
you know, for me, for what I do for a living, take a guess.
this guy either works on computers or he calls old people and tries to scam them for their money. I'm sorry. I might be going a little too hard on the Indian thing today. It's child jokes. I'm sorry.
Nothing to do with computers.
Yeah. Wait, what did he say?
For a living, take a guess.
Was I right, though?
Nothing to do with computers.
Was I just right? Did he say it has nothing to do with computer, or it has a lot to do with computers? Because then racism then it's real. Okay, I'm just speaking to me. The spirit of racism is just channeling through me to know everything about everybody. The spirit of stereotypes. Oh my god!
I knew it. I was about to say you're some computer guy.
Oh
Is that
no,
racist?
he's an IT guy.
Chat, is that racist?
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
You may not realize it,
It's not that bad. It's a little cringe, but who cares? Call center, yeah.
but your full name, personal email, home address, phone number, and even your relatives' information can be easily accessible to anyone online.
Oh wait, this has nothing to do with a J. Okay, guys,
This
here,
is
get a VPN so you can look at CP and you won't get caught. Go take a look at his video. I don't know what it really is.
Dating show 25 will find within his first 2 weeks free trial. I guarantee that you'll be shocked by the amount of private information that Aura will find within his first 2 weeks. But now back to the video. Aside from hosting a cringeworthy dating show, Tom criticized InternetAjay's inability to handle negative comments online.
That's probably the bigger thing. My homie needs to take a breath. You know?
This was exemplified when Ajay lost $25,000 to a crypto scam, and King
I got robbed.
Star tweeted, "Rise and fall of your bank account, clown," where Ajay would respond with a tweet
Oh, I don't think he got robbed. I think he just like he was susceptible to like a pump and dump or something stupid.
saying,
Keemstars replied to me after I got scammed out of 20 to 25k USD. I don't feel ashamed or bad. I learned from the dangers of cryptocurrency. If you want to shit on a creator 1/50th of your size for legit getting robbed, go ahead, dude.
lol, where Kim would ultimately take grip of the situation by replying with,
Look at this clown. You made a whole video on me highlighting any controversy or bad thing I've ever done, and now you want to act like a bee? Stop making
What's a bee mean? Like a bumblebee? Oh, bitch.
videos on other creators if you're gonna cry like a little bee when they clap back on you.
and honestly,
Little
it
bee.
seems like Keemstar had a point here. If InternetAjay makes a living from looking at other creators' mistakes, it is only fair that others do the same with his.
Yeah, sure.
And with Tom's video gaining over 260,000 views, it was expected to have tarnished InternetAjay's reputation and lower his self-esteem even lower than it
I think it's the self-esteem more than anything else.
already was. So you're probably asking yourself how InternetAjay responded. Well, just 4 days later, a video would be published by Tom Duck titled InternetAjay Response. During the video, Tom would share InternetAjay's reaction to the exposed video, with the response being an indirect tweet stating, quote,
Just realized how cringe some of my tweets were. Moving on now.
a response that showed Ajay had seen the video and likely even agreed with the points that Tom was making throughout it. But Turkey Tom seemed determined
See, this is what would have been a great idea for Jay to just make a reaction channel and start reacting to stuff like that. That would have been his perfect strategy there.
to keep the story alive, as just months later, he posted another video about InternetAjay, this time titled, What Happened to InternetAjay? This video served as a reminder
This happened, baby. Oh, dude, look at this. Boom. I know a lot of gay men are going to watch this video, baby. Oh, sorry. Sorry, I know what you like.
for the 2 previous videos, and acknowledged the fact that InternetAjay had indeed stopped tweeting desperate and cringe content onto Twitter. But this certainly wasn't a good thing for Tom, as he expressed his disappointment that he could no longer milk the situation with more videos. Not even a month later, Tom would return to publish a 4th video on Ajay, this time in a video titled Jaden and InternetAjay, Financial Boogaloo.
Wait, why do they have a... What are they making out?
Where in the video, Tom would go into depth on how InternetAjay lost $25,000 from a crypto scam, as well as noting some of his other bad investments. The video seemed to mostly recount what is said in previous videos, adding on some
I thought that the real biggest issue is that like Ajay was being a little too Oh, he might be getting to that. Okay. Like a little too copy paste of like thumbnails and stuff. I think he
Comments
started to
about-
try to like emulate Sunny V2.
another commentary YouTuber Jaden, who has received several public financial downfalls.
Damn. $3,000 a month on general expenses like food, clothing, internet bills, etc. Too much. I know my mother doesn't even make that a month and somehow fed family of 5 for 20 years. I mean, that sounds like a lot. My rent is like $1,750 or something like that. It depends on if that's a general expense to you, but probably not.
But if you thought this was as bad as it was going to get, you would be wrong. As on the 24th of November 2022, Tom would publish his 5th video on InternetAjay, this time titled The End of InternetAjay.
He's really smacking him hard.
Where throughout the video, Tom would expose InternetAjay for stealing video ideas and thumbnails from other creators in the niche. So
The video ideas don't really matter. Well, it's not even that, like, it's more that it just was like a little bit too blatant of a copy. Most people will do, like, let's be honest. Everybody will usually, there's usually like a going thing happening, and it happens in every sphere. So it's like the going content. And then, you know, all the people will kind of talk about that particular topic, and boom, you know? So it's more that it seemed like he was using the exact same thumbnails. And I think it's because he was losing views and he got really upset about it. And so he's started to try to like copy Sunny V2, and Sunny V2 is like probably the biggest rise and fall guy. I guess that's what you would call him right now. Frankly, what would really help InternetAjay, I'm not even trolling, is a second channel to do something else. Like when I was on TikTok, secondary channels can be like a nice like deep breath and like feeling out like how you want to move forward a little bit, like something different, maybe cringe video games or like a reaction channel. A lot of people do it. I know people cry about reaction channels, but most people don't actually care. A lot of different communities of people find reactions like kind of cool, especially if you're going to get dunked on. I mean, you might as well make a reaction channel to like monetize that dunk, you know. And you could also show that you take it pretty well. Something to give you a deep breath and help you figure out exactly how you want to do it. Because I feel like sometimes, I don't know, like you just don't want to have a bad relationship with your content. Because like, yeah, he's fallen off of it, but I mean, we're all going to go through it. Everybody's going to go through like an up and a down period, you know. Some more than others, you know. So you just want to kind of feel your stuff out, figure it out, man. Especially since I think one of the biggest issues here that people don't understand is that COVID truly had a big impact on people's like ups and downs in a lot of different ways. There's more people online, so there's more drama happening. There's more viewership. I know that it didn't last forever, but it lasted. It's been like a period. We're finally, I think, back to pace, but you know, I'd say even it was still almost going on a little bit in 2022 as far as people not going back to work. I think there's just a lot of things. You got to expect a certain amount of drop off. And then, of course, different types of content cycle through popularity. Yeah, just do OnlyFans, Ajay. There you go.
Such as his James Corden video being originally from Sunny V2 and his Miley Cyrus video being originally from Patrick CC.
Yeah, I think it was like the thumbnail that he pretty much copy pasted.
But then we get to this line, and things get weird. And why do I say they get weird? Well, because the thumbnails have a huge departure from anything previous. These videos had a distinct style for the thumbnail, even if it was like totally like uninspired, just basically ripped from other people's styles and cobbled together. These videos are not Ajay at all. These videos are literally just Sunny V2 thumbnails. It's abundantly blatant that Ajay has determined that he's done trying to be InternetAjay. He's done trying to do something creative, something even slightly original, and he's
You know what I think one of the problems with Jay here is that he changed those thumbnails. Like he gives in too much to feedback. So like you could take two like frameworks there. One framework is like he's just like using other people's video concept underneath their thumbnails so that he'll get popular. It's also another thing is he might be updating it because he's seeing that people respond better to those thumbnails. So instead of, he's probably paying somebody like $10 to make thumbnails. He should have just either gone back to the old thumbnails after or just committed to the idea, because one of the problems is that if you consistently take criticism in a way where like you shift instantly, you're just showing people you're a fucking pushover, and then like you're just gonna keep getting dive bombed and they're gonna keep shitting on you. You have to kind of show people that like not that you don't care, but when it comes to criticism online, you have to figure out a better way to take it. So you need to like find somebody that ground you, maybe like a good friend or a family member or something, and then like listen to criticism, take it in, and don't like instantly change stuff unless like something huge happens, which it didn't. Like something huge is like, I don't know, you farted on a toddler and then threw him down the stairway, you know? So if you didn't do that, you should like take a deep breath and process what's going on, because even if you're wrong in the real world, it doesn't mean you have to apologize. I know it sounds so weird, but like this is what I mean. Like when I worked in my bus company job, Pete, we all fucked up all the time. Like everybody makes mistakes like all the time. You know what I mean? Like you might be slacking on your phone. You might be doing this. I might send a guy out and be like, yo, take care of this. He might be slacking off. You know, like you might figure it out, be like, yo, bro, come on, knock it off. And he doesn't need to be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. It's like, all right, you know, it's like there needs to be a proportionate reaction from different things. So, you know, if you're using similar thumbnails to popular creators and your logic is, oh, I just want it to hit more, like, okay, take a deep breath, leave them up, commit to the decision from that point on, and then move on either differently or the same from there on. It's like, okay, you know what? Maybe it is a little cringe that I do this. Let me make my next video this. But when you constantly roll over, it just gives people the feedback that they have too much of an impact on the way that you feel, the way that you think, and the way that you'll act. And it's just going to make you look weak.
is now just blatantly copying other YouTubers down to the thumbnail. So, for example, a month ago, how James Corden destroyed his reputation. Next, from InternetAjay, we have why everyone turned on James Corden.
It's like this. This is just normal.
We have this thumbnail. Everyone hates him. And this is a
It's normal for people to like take other ideas from like other people.
Funny V2 thumbnail, in which, I mean, come on, bro. Like, completely shameless. And I don't even care about thumbnail ripping that much.
Patrick CC would actually respond to the imitation with a level-headed comment stating,
Someone asked me what I think. I don't even care if he was copying my ideas or thumbnails. I just focus on my own stuff. I don't look at YouTube as a competition. There are plenty of views to go around. I don't even care if people cover the same topic as me. I generally support all creators in the commentary/mini-doc/video essay space.
That's based. I'm still a little irritated with Patrick CC's like abysmal take on Bam Margera. That's a weird take. Like his take was that there was some kind of conspiracy from his family, like take advantage of him when the dude has like a deep drug problem that's been well documented and online. His best friend died in a car crash. And like a lot of mental health issues are done like so improperly. Like that was a dangerous idea to push for for Bam and his family, because his family genuinely cares about him. So do his friends. Same thing with like Turkey Tom and the Daniel Larson thing. Like I know Daniel Larson's not a great person, but talking about people with like intellectual and developmental disabilities, you know, going through like just it's just a whole fucking thing. Like my take on that Daniel Larson thing is that this is a person that's a danger to himself and others, but he has like a disability, so he needs to be taken off the street, put in a group home, not have access to his internet. You know, meanwhile, everybody's shitting on him and citing as much individual or like autonomy to him, or like individuality or responsibility to him, when he doesn't have the same like fucking brain capacity as other people. Not to be rude, this is just like I'm shorthanding my stuff. It would just be good if people were a little more aware of substance issues and like, you know, mental issues and shit. And obviously I have like it's easier for me to be educated on these things because my wife literally like oh guys, you ready for the bingo, the Papa Guy bingo of the day? My wife is a behavioral specialist for adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities. Like I understand like it's a privilege of mine to be able to be a little more educated on these topics, but it would be good people at least took it in and took a deep breath and go, okay, I get what you're saying, you know, because we do have like a really shitty culture when it comes to dealing with people online, when it comes to mental health problems. Either people are glorifying their mental health problems and playing them up and they don't really have them, or people are just ignoring them, especially people like the ID community, like intellectual disability community. But there's a lot of people that have disabilities online, and what happens is this is the same pipeline where you'll find somebody who's disabled in some capacity, usually mentally disabled in some capacity, and they'll bully them. And part of the bullying is to make them think that they're famous and popular. And then they end up getting clout. And then the people just relentlessly bully that person while they think that they're popular. And then, of course, they have a bad interaction with fame. A lot of people do. And they get like full of themselves a lot of times. And they make bad decisions like everybody else does. But they get like disproportionate energy towards them. So you got like Christian, honestly, is one of them. Daniel Larson, Tofia Chu. There's this other girl like Stitch Lover 2009 or something. Mary something. This guy Bandit. I see Josh, World of T-shirts. There's so many people that just get like relentlessly shit on. And people are just not like, they just love making fun of people with disabilities. It's just like it's like the pipeline. You know, there's no nuance or understanding. A lot of people, what they do is they try to assign as much like personal responsibility to those people, and it's not that they don't have any. It's just that it's different. You have to understand it. It's different based on like their, you know, their ability to interact with the world. But they assign as much as possible. So when they do a bad thing, they're like, "See, this is just like a somebody who doesn't have like a particular disability. It's just like them. It's just like, oh, if I did it." It's like, no, it's not. It's different. Like you have to be like a little more nuanced in this. Doesn't mean that people shouldn't be punished, but we have to have like a proportional punishment to these individuals. So sorry for that rant. Yeah, that's easy to target them. Yeah, especially since a lot of trolling is like kind of working you up and then you get upset. Basically like what happened to Ajay, working him up and then getting him upset, and then he has like a bad response back, you know?
Though Patrick didn't mind the heavy inspiration, InternetAjay's viewers would, as the newer videos were gaining dramatically less views compared to his older content.
Well, those were getting less views before this. That's why he made that shift, to try to get them to get more views.
And the criticism eventually built up to the point where InternetAjay would change the thumbnails and titles, as well as apologize for the blatant copying.
Yeah, see, people are always going to comment shit like
built
this.
Up to the point.
Like a lot of these have like 12 comments. It doesn't matter who it is, but like if a bigger content creator or one content creator with a large following talks about another content creator, and the people in their sphere believe them or agree with them, they're going to post stuff under your video. It's where you got to develop a little bit of a thicker skin. It's one of those things where like I probably don't agree with everything Tom Dark said about Ajay, but then like also you have to not be a pussy. Like I'm not trying to be rude. But, you know, take it in stride. Turn the phone off for 3 days. You know what I mean? Like, just relax. It'll be okay.
Where InternetAjay would change the thumbnails and titles, as well as apologize for the blatant copying in a tweet stating,
"One of I messed up. My viewers have been down since the algorithm hasn't promoted me in months."
That too. Stop blaming the algorithm. Blame yourself. You know, people just might not be resonating with you.
Thought by mirroring Sunny V2, it would help. Realized I took too much. I need to work on being more creative. Deeply sorry. Thumbnails changed. Tom Dark had good criticism.
Following this tweet, Jay would return back to his old style of content. However, this story doesn't have a happy
Well, he stayed with the same style. It was just the topic that he was talking about.
ending. With Jay's video still massively underperforming, he would post a tweet on the 3rd of February 2022 that would change everything. "I will be retiring from YouTube in summer 2023. I got a new job and want to focus on it full time. Up until now, I have been both working and doing YouTube for the past 3 years. I had an incredible run. I'll be making the best content I can for the next few months before I go." But why did InternetAjay retire from YouTube? Well,
because it all got to him.
Well, according to the man himself, it's due to
it probably wasn't making him the money anymore that he needed to sustain.
4 main reasons. InternetAjay isn't a bad person, but the series of embarrassing cringeworthy moments led him straight to being the punching bag of the YouTube community. Him retiring his channel isn't going to be life-destroying for him, as he already has another job outside of YouTube that he sustains himself with.
Kind of going with the whole Indian computer thing, huh? Same.
Ultimately, InternetAjay had a good run on YouTube. He reached heights many could only ever dream of reaching, and he definitely made a chunk of change doing so.
All right, cool.
I want Papa Gut to pee on my face, but just as a friend. There's nothing weird about that. I want him to pee on my face.